the flagship session of today's conclave with Mandira Bedi, a name that needs no introduction, a name that is the brand ambassador of this year's women's theme, Be Bold for a Change. Without further ado, I would like to invite Ms. Bedi on stage, please. I request Ananya to conduct this session.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Very happy to be here. What a tough act I have to follow. Rupa ma'am, I heard just a little bit of what you said. And the three girls, Gungun, Sulagna and Diksha, I didn't get everything that they said, but I got the gist. And I hope you have some bold questions like that for me.
I'm expecting all of you. I'm audience to both bold questions expect karuchi. Mu just start karibi 5 minutes. And then expect
just
you
don't
guys
ask
to
me
follow.
no questions on politics. I will say no comment to that. That's all.
But thank you, Mandira, for coming. We're really excited to have you here. So I'm going to start with the Ghisapeta question. Bhuvneshwar aake kaisa lag raha hai?
बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Every time I come here, I come here for lots of events which are entertainment related. I've hosted lots of like big entertainment events over here, but coming for something like this, being amongst beautiful and admirable and respected women like all of you is really, it's something different for me. I'm very happy to be here, and I thank Kanak News and Samvad and Daya for bringing me down here, and I'm really happy. I'm very excited about this session. Thank you for calling it the flagship session, but I think we had some beautiful sessions before this that I don't know whether I'm going to live up to any of that.
No, thank you so much, and I'm glad you like Bhuvneshwar. And you should probably come here with your family sometime to Odisha. There are a lot of unexplored places.
Yes, people are very loving and very warm and very hospitable here, so thank you.
So, what do you really think of Women's Day events like these? I really want to know.
I think it's lovely. I think it's nice that, you know, with all that's going on in our country, I think women should get together and empower each other and talk about issues and talk about their lives and their experiences and their struggles and their challenges. And I've had plenty of them as well. And I think that's a wonderful, you know, way to empower other women. I'm happy to be here.
But a lot of us follow you on Instagram, and you were with the razor, you know, shaving, body shaming.
No, well, that was, you know, I do a lot of events which are, I think PNG does a lot of stuff which is out of the box. Rupa ma'am was talking about homemakers, how homemakers, they do the laundry, what PNG does is, it takes people out of that space, make the men do the laundry also, share the load. So I do a lot of work with PNG as far as Ariel is concerned, and now with Gillette. For those who have an opinion about me, I have a razor which is between my fingers. This is my message to you.
Would you identify yourself as a feminist? Because half the people don't know what feminism means. It just means believing in equal rights. But they say, oh, she's a feminist. You know, you're kind of being.
Well, I believe in equality, and fortunately, I grew up in a family where my father looked at me as an equal to my brother. I got the same kind of opportunities as he did. Of course, he went to IIM Ahmedabad and I didn't make the cut. So then, you know, I kind of went into the entertainment industry, which worked out well for me, but I got every opportunity that my brother did. I had equality as I grew up. I saw my mother respected by my father as I grew up. So those are the values I've grown up with. And I expected nothing less when I got married. So my husband is completely respectful of my career, of what I do. And I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that I've grown up in a family where it was a family where women and men, my mother and my father were equals, my brother and I were equals. So I don't know what that is. Am I a feminist? Am I not? I just believe in, I think there should be
equality.
Yeah, equality.
Then you are a feminist, and I think all of us would be feminists if we really
a level playing field.
Knew the meaning of feminism. It's not feminazi as we like to call it nowadays. So are we ready for some questions? I don't want to be taking up all the time. If you guys do not ask a question, I'm going to go back to my list.
If they have a question, they'll put their hands. Okay, all right.
Okay.
last to last Sunday, we had a car rally in Bhubaneswar. And we were the participant, and luckily we won the prize too. So our topic was on mensuration. It's a big, very sensitive topic yet to discuss. So I would like you to say some words about this.
Well, I think, I'm glad you brought that up. I was talking about PNG and the work I've done with them. They've done a lot of work with Whisper as well, where they've broken these are all myths, firstly.
Taboos and all.
These are all, but they have no real basis.
Yes.
Women are meant to sleep on the floor when they have their periods. They're not supposed to go into the kitchen or touch the pickle or go into a mandir. All of those are myths. All of those are, it's unfortunate that even today, a lot of people believe myths like this.
Yes.
So there was this campaign called Touch the Pickle.
Yes.
Go out there, take that jar of pickle, have it. Touch the pickle because you can. And all of these are unfounded. They have no basis. They have no...
Yes.
Well, I compliment you for a woman of style and substance. My question to you is, do you think inclusion of women in cricket as cheerleaders and commentators is more for style than substance? What's your take?
I'm glad you used the word style. That's a very polite word to use. Unfortunately, a lot of people, when I got into the world of cricket, said she's just there to, look dumb and pretty, and she's there to wear like skimpy clothes. She's there to look sexy. I'm glad you used the word style, but when I got into cricket, there was no intention for it to be anything but a woman sitting on that panel asking questions that other women or the layperson might have. Because what happens is, in these cricket discussions very often, back in the day, before the 2003 World Cup, they'd get so technical, there would be purist talking, and there'd be stuff that would go over my head. So when I was put on that panel, I was told, ask any question that comes to your mind. Now, the day I decided to start wearing a sari, that became the subject of discussion, and that's very unfortunate because a lot of people who actually listened to what I had to say said, we have similar questions. We've wanted to ask them, but these questions get so technical and the discussions get so dry sometimes. It was nice to have you as a breath of fresh air. So the intention when Sony got me into cricket in 2003 was certainly not to titillate. It was to ask the woman's question or the layperson's question, which is what I did. Unfortunately, too much focus went on my clothes. I became associated with the sari, which is a good thing, and now I have my own sari label. Yay for me!
No, but tell us, I'm sure all of us want to know, even after 14 years, you all still remember the noodle strap blouse. So when was the first time you
How
wore the
did that
noodle
work
strap?
out? How did that come about? It's
Which
called a
designer
spaghetti
was
blouse.
it?
I said noodle strap blouse, and noodles became associated with me, and I've had all kinds of jokes. Maggie 2-minute noodles, Mandira 2-minute noodles, whatever. So I don't know how that happened. I just used the word noodle instead of spaghetti, and that's how I became associated with it, and there's nothing more to it. And today I'm not wearing noodle, I'm wearing, what am I wearing? Chapati. I don't know.
Hello ma'am, I'm Priyanka Singhdeo and I'm a mother of a 1.5-year boy. Since you're also a mother, plus your job involves mostly traveling, so how do you balance both? Like your job life and your personal life?
Well, thank you. That is a really good question. Every working mother has an issue.
Right.
It's difficult. It's no less difficult for me. Before I became a mom 5.5 years ago. My son is 5.5 years old. Before that, when people used to say, you travel so much, how do you manage your work life and your family life? Now, my family life was me and my husband. That was it. And I managed just fine. But I used to say, it's very difficult. But actually, the difficulty, the challenge, that comes about when you become a parent. Correct. And I promise you, I'm a very, very hands-on parent. When I came here, while I was driving here, I know exactly where my son is. It's a minute by minute. I get updates where he is. But being a working parent, traveling so much, and being in touch with what's going on at home is, it's a huge juggle. It's very, very difficult. And that juggle is a struggle for every mother. There's no formula that I have that's a formula on an ongoing basis. I think I have to find a formula every week because my every week is different. I fortunately don't have a 9-to-5 kind of job where I'm out Monday through Friday. I could be out of town 3 times a week, and when I'm out of town, I can't be with him. But when I'm in town, I wake up in the morning, I drop him to school. I do everything that needs to be done during his school hours. I'm there to pick him up at 3:30 or 4 whenever he finishes, and then there till he falls asleep. But that's my formula, and that's how I figure things out, and that's the only way I can because my work makes me travel. And I think every working mother has to find that formula and find her way, and it's different this week from the next week, and it's different this month from the next month. And it'll always be different, and it's difficult for everyone.
How do you maintain so much? I mean, what do you do to be on shape? Like,
That's what we all want. Now my question list is getting depleted.
Don't worry.
like,
all
after
the
being a
questions
mother
being
also,
covered.
how do you
Well,
manage to
I'll
be?
tell you something. I think I'm equal to a man in all respects, but when it comes to working out, I work out better than a man. Yes.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
I've had people fall off the wagon. They come and try to work out with me, and I put in a lot of cardio in my workout. And they're like, okay, we'll work out with you. And they last one day, 2 days, and then the 3rd day they're making an excuse saying, sorry, I can't make it to the gym. You know, I have something. So I work out really hard. I exercise really hard, and I try to control my diet, but I can't.
But
say
you're a
I-
big foodie.
I love food. That's what I'm saying. So when something great is in front of me, and if I feel I can cheat, I cheat. But I think I compromise.
What's your favorite cheat food?
Chocolate.
Is it dark or milk?
Milk. The worst kind. Dark chocolate at least has, those properties that are good for you. Milk chocolate is no good for you. It goes straight to the hips. But you know what? I work out really hard to work it off.
Diksha
Alright.
had a question.
Yeah, I had a question, and I have to say you're looking stunning. So, all right. So when we think about Mandira Bedi, we can't but not think about Shanti. If you remember that 90s serial, and when you
20
look at,
years. That was 20 years ago.
I know. Can
Good
we have a
Lord.
big round of applause for Shanti? Come on, that was a wonderful serial. So if we see then and now, your character there was portrayed as a very successful career woman in the world of showbiz, and you look at serials now, somebody's turning into a fly, somebody's turning into a snake, the rest are crying and wailing. So don't you think serials then were more progressive than now? It should have been the other way around.
Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head. There's a reason why, there's now it's all about daily soaps. Every channel has got like a factory, and there's a reason I'm not doing a single daily soap at the moment, because I just think the character I played back then 20 years ago, she was probably before her time. She was inspirational, she was aspirational, she's someone I wanted to be.
To be like, absolutely.
So when I finished my postgrad, I got straight into this. That's another story how I did, but I'm just saying, when I started playing Shanti, I wanted to be like her. A lot of her, I'd like to believe, rubbed off on me. Nowadays, unfortunately, I think it's the role of I think it's a responsibility of the media to make more shows that are aspirational, more shows where you see women stronger, as opposed to shows where you see women who are suffering. And I can understand where they're coming from. They want audiences to feel empathy, but I think it's the duty of the media to make shows where you see women who are uplifted, who are strong, who are doing well, who can stand up to anybody. And unfortunately, they're not making enough of those, and that's such it's a crying shame. It's so sad. I wish there were more like that. If there were more like that, maybe I need to start getting into production and start producing shows like that.
आपका एक साड़ी को लेके बहुत सारा कंट्रोवर्सी हुआ था जो आप पहने थे
कौन से कंट्रोवर्सी के बारे में? बहुत सारे हुए।
नहीं जो फ्लैग लगा हुआ था इंडिया का और सारे कंट्रीज का।
ये साड़ी का जो था, ये 2007 वर्ल्ड कप था, और सत्यपॉल जो साड़ी डिज़ाइनर्स हैं, आप बैठ जाइए। सत्यपॉल जिन्होंने मेरा पूरा वार्डरोब डिज़ाइन किया था फॉर द वर्ल्ड कप, उन्होंने सारे क्रिकेट रिलेटेड साड़ीज़ बनाए। तो मेरे साड़ीज़ पर क्रिकेटर्स थे, न्यूज़पेपर हेडलाइंस थे जिस पर क्रिकेट था, और मैंने सोचा और एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत साड़ी थी जिस पर सारे जो पार्टिसिपेटिंग नेशंस थे उस वर्ल्ड कप के, उनके फ्लैग्स थे. ओके, ये अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो वर्ल्ड कप था जहाँ इंडिया 6th डे पर आउट हो गई. मतलब इंडिया वॉज आउट ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट इन द 6th or 7th डे, आई कांट रिमेंबर, बट राइट इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट. और ये 6 हफ्ते का टूर्नामेंट था. तो मैंने उसके बाद तो कोई देख भी नहीं रहा था क्रिकेट. उस टूर्नामेंट के दौरान मेरे टैटू पर भी काफ़ी सारा कंट्रोवर्सी हुआ, वो छोड़ो. बट ड्यूरिंग द एंड ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट फॉर द final, I thought to myself, you know, this is the final. As a celebration to this World Cup, which nobody is watching in India, never mind that, I'll wear a really beautiful sari which has all the flags of the. It's perfectly fitting for a final. मैं ऐसे बैठी थी और one of India's flags, which was on, I think there must have been 20 of India's flags on the sari, but one of them was over here on my knee, and I had no idea that I was offending anybody. but बहुत सारे न्यूज़ चैनल्स ने उसे पिकअप किया, सर्कल किया, फिर जाके लोगों को, सोल्जर्स को दिखाया कि देखो आप हमारे फ्लैग के लिए आप लड़ते हैं और देखो ये टेलीविज़न प्रेजेंटर क्या कर रही हैं. मेरे ऊपर 3 केस आए. मैं वापस इंडिया 6 हफ्तों के बाद मैं इंडिया वापस जाना चाहती थी. आई वांटेड टू गो बैक होम बट आई कुडंट गो बैक होम बिकॉज आई वाज टोल्ड कि आप घर मत जाइएगा क्योंकि ये एक केस पेंडिंग है, हम सॉर्ट आउट करें. सोनी चैनल सॉर्ट आउट कर रही थी. फिर उसके बाद मेरे घर जाने के बाद मैं शूटिंग पे थी एक दिन और मेरे हस्बैंड ने मुझे फ़ोन किया कि आप प्लीज़ अपने किसी फ्रेंड के घर चले जाओ, पुलिस पहुंच गई आपको अरेस्ट करने के लिए फॉर दिस. सो इट वाज नॉट एनीथिंग इंटेंशनल, इट वाज नॉट समथिंग दैट I did not mean to hurt anybody's religious sentiment. It was just unfortunate that I was sitting like this
And not
instead
like
of
this.
like this. That's all it was.
Mandira, I want to ask you, that was 2007. But if this would have happened in 2015, with the current scenario and the social media trolling, how many days do you think you would have been stranded outside of India now?
I'd be still living in London. I wouldn't have come back home.
We want to know that when you shot your first bold scene, what was your feeling from inside?
What bold scene? I haven't done any bold scene up to now.
But you've done a lot of bold photo shoots. I mean, if you can call it bold.
I've
And I
shot,
feel
yes.
chopping off your hair is also a very bold step. So how do you?
Okay, let me tell you something. I shot the cover of Maxim. Maxim is a magazine which is for men, and also happened on that same World Cup. Oh my God, everything happened on that 2007 World Cup. The tattoo thing, my Maxim cover came out, and the sari thing. That was a very, very scary time for me. My parents were very upset with me. I did it because मेरे दिमाग में कहीं एक bucket list है. मैंने एक item number भी किया है South Indian film में, ticked off. I don't want to do it again. I did it because I wanted to do it. Let me see in this career of mine of 20 years what all I can do. I do not want to do a kissing scene, having said that. That is not on my bucket list. But I shot Maxim and I got a lot of flack, not just from my parents, but also from my husband. And he's very, very supportive of me, of whatever I do, he's always been the push, the wind beneath my wings. He's really let me fly, but that upset him. So I've never shot anything like that again.
Thank you, Mandira. Is this an MB sari you were wearing?
Yes.
Okay. Orissa Handloom has some very, very, very stunning saris. So if you ever get the time,
Maybe on the way to the airport, let's see.
Or probably online. Everything is online. So thank you so much for answering all the questions and being a part of Ananya.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for your lovely questions. I was really very, very happy. I am really, really happy to be here.
I would now like to request the chairman of Samvad Group, Shri Soumya Ranjan Patnaik, to please present Ms. Bedi with a token of our appreciation.